sky grows dark, decay underneath, the ravens in the sky, and kings shall deceive. We have come into the night, thunder and rage in war at night. We have come into the night, thunder and rage in war at night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. The sounds of arms, fierce morality, nightfall, the rain, and the silence leads. We have come into the night, thunder and rage in war at night. We have come into the night, thunder and rage in war at night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Sail war. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Seer. This will be the semi-finals edition as we're coming up on the end of season 2. I'm joined by Jinao. How you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
Doing well. And shout out to KB tossing out that prime sub as the intro came in. We appreciate it and we'll love you for 30 days at least.
Much love.
We got to stream all 4 of the quarterfinals games this week, so I'm glad we got all those done, and we'll go through all the games, but go through them fairly quick. Check out the YouTube if you missed any and you want to see the VODs from the streams of those games. But we'll hop on into the first series, which was Goat Kings versus Velocity Gaming.
Ooh, that's looking a little rough on the KDs.
A little rough. This one was a victory for Velocity in game 1. They had a Wheel Poco on that Gwen counterpick into Smoothie's Ornn, and he was able to do a lot with that. Casual on the Zac got a lot of work done, and Excellence did very well on that Syndra as well. We saw Go Kings had taken away Casual's Shaco, didn't want to deal with that. On the side of Velocity, they were taking out a couple of junglers from Deity in most games. There was that Graves and Kane, but a well-fought game 1, almost went to 40 minutes, but took out the victory for Velocity. Now we'll jump into the score screen for game number 2. This one went over to the Goat Kings. This time Smoothie on that Olaf and Goat King stealing away that Zac, seeing the power of it. Game number 1, see Deity went 9, 1, and 13. We did really well. Goat King Reaper ending up on more of a control mage, so he was playing better on that style of character. And this one again was a pretty close one, only went to 30 minutes, but Goat Kings ended up getting a decisive victory and were able to close it out for game number 2, pushing it to game number 3. And you want to go through this one, Jano?
I was just thinking about like the Olaf. We really relied on the Olaf through.
Oh, they did
I've
let the
I,
Olaf through again.
we've felt the Olaf pain, and I feel like it's not good. But I like Reaper with his unkillable there.
Yeah, I had a fantastic game on that Nivea 13-0-12. Smoothly once
I,
again getting that Olaf. They didn't feel like banning it away on the side of Velocity, but this one clinching the win and the semis placement for the Goat Kings in the 2-1 victory. And we will hop on over to the second series, which was Titan's Wrath versus a Big Wheel. Here we see the score screen for game number 1. Quick shout out, anyone looking to play some games tonight. Insert's trying to get in-houses going, so if anyone's looking to play some in-houses, go ahead and sign up for that queue. You can watch this while you wait for games to happen as well.
game is.
You want to run through this game, Gino?
I'm just appreciating the Sona pickup. I've been playing a lot with KB Sona, and I gotta tell you, the champion just feels good to play with.
Yep,
And
definitely having good impact in this one with those 23 assists.
the pickup from the side of I can't think of the name. Flame anyway. Flame Silas.
For Big Wheel.
Big Wheel, thank you. Flame. The pickup for Silas was a good pickup, considering all the good alties he's able to steal from the side of Velocity.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
I
don't
feel
know.
like he has a good ult to pick up in the Sona ult, but the rest aren't too crazy. Like the Caitlyn one could be alright.
Kalen
Like
alti is really good.
the Shen one, you kind of have to be proactive with.
hmm
Nivea, it could
I
be
like
good.
Morel though. Morel is a good pickup too because you just can't run from Silas.
True. But looking like they were able to contain Flame on that Silas. Got a big bird once again, and Nivea a popular pick this week. Had that 10, 3, and 14 Crip Lord, and the 12, 3, and 9 Caitlyn for Challenge Cat, as they took that game number 1 victory.
I see everyone's just playing Anivia.
Nivea's the go-to, I guess. And now, jumping into game number 2, we see, once again, it was a victory for Titan's Wrath, so they made their way into the semis. KB again doing a lot of work in that support role as the Bard support, another champion he really likes to play. Pharaoh pulling out that, what's that champion's name again?
Nefiri.
There you go. Brain fart. Doing pretty well on that, though had a rough early game into the GX. But again, Crip Lord on the Ari doing very well, and Challenge Cat on that Caitlyn having another great game. So Challenge Cat liking Caitlyn, and Crip Lord just liking those standard mages mid. Another game where it looked like Flame could have gotten far enough ahead, but was not able to get a large enough gap to pull his team to victory, and the series went over to Titan's Wrath.
Caitlyn is just a fun AD carry though. She's great right now. I love playing her.
After the update, she's quite strong. That extra headshot does ridiculous damage.
It actually feels a lot smoother to play her too, besides like the bush autos, because it just feels weird to have headshot every third auto now.
Right. But we'll jump into the third series, which was Titan Gaming Mux against the Ultra Lords. This first game going over to Titan Gaming Mux. Vixper getting pretty big on that Trundle, along with Flimsy being the gigantic Aatrox, 8-1-7 and 10-1-10 respectively. That's Bentage, who was, I guess, now named Capslox. But on that Xerath, using that range to negate the aggression from the Cassiopeia. And just a well-played game by them. Clinched it pretty quickly, got that big lead, and won just after the 20-minute mark. Jumping into game number 2. Once again, the victory went over Titan Gaming Mox, so they made their ways into the semis. Vixper on the volley, Flimsy on the kale, and Bentage getting his signature Morgana, going the entire series without dying. Well played Bentage in this series. And then Arma also liking that Caitlyn, going 8-1-5 on it. So Caitlyn, another popular pick in this series.
A good 80 carry, and well played to Bentage. Like, for real.
True,
I've
true.
been impressed with him.
And now for the final series of the quarterfinals, it was the Rolling Stoners against Night Raid Owl. Rolling Stoners picking up game number 1. Boosted, going 1-0-8 on that Lex. Unkillable for game number 1. Hayden having a good game on that Olaf. Olaf also popping up a fair amount in these games. Another champ to look out for. 7-2-3. And the Ezreal popping off pretty well. 6-1-5 for Rise at Dusk. Looking like they banned away Kid Buu Shyvana and took away some of the carry picks from the solo laners and were able to use that to take themselves to victory in game number 1. Here for game number 2, once again, Rolling Stoners picking up the victory, getting the final spot in the semis. Boosted playing that Annie, Hayden going 10-1-7 on that Camille, having a great game against the Ornn. And Rise of Dusk playing that Ziggs bottom, playing that AP carry in the bot lane, and making it work fairly well. So, well played to the Rolling Stoners. Now we have our semifinal bracket locked. Here it is. We got Goat Kings going up against Titan's Wrath and Rolling Stoners going up against Titan Gaming Mox. Both those games will be happening tomorrow, and I'll be looking to cast one of them live, and we'll catch the other one as a VOD sometime during the week. Got any thoughts about these upcoming games before we jump into the head-to-heads?
I think they should all be bangers, and particularly I'm excited to see Titans Wrath versus Goat Kings and, see that matchup.
Yeah, I think they'll both be good games. I liked the call out where if we have the finals either as Goat Kings versus Rolling Stoners, then we'll have some of the HYG boys fighting. If we have Titan's Wrath against Titan Gaming Mox, we'll have the Clash of the Titans once again for the finals. So a couple
Titans.
ways it could pan out to have some hype matchups, but anyway it pans out, it should be an exciting finals, whoever makes it.
True. Super excited to see what happens there.
For sure, and we'll jump into the Goat Kings versus Titan's Wrath. This is what I'm expecting the lineups to be. They are subject to change if the teams feel like swapping roles, but looking at Smoothie in the top lane, Deity in the jungle, Reaper mid, Malco ADC and Beard support against Golden Pharaoh top, Boomstick jungle, Crypt Lord mid, Challenge Cat ADC, and support KB Jelly. Got any matchups you think will be big in these games?
Yeah, but before that, how long have they had that Goat Kings banner? Because that is the first time I've seen it, and I gotta say, it is beautiful.
They've had it for a fair amount of times. You might have just not been paying attention.
I was probably not paying attention to.
Oh, and the brother versus brother. You're right, Vintage.
I'm kind of excited to see the jungle matchup between Boomy and Deity, and then definitely the bot side.
Yeah, bot
I
side could be big. I know Malco's really been liking that MF. We'll see if it's left up for him. Beard's been liking that Zyra a lot. Reaper, I think, does best on those control mages. Deity had been doing a lot of carry jungles, but showed he likes the tanks as well this past week. And Smoothly looking for more of those brawly top laners.
yeah,
On Titan's Wrath, Pharaoh was looking pretty good on that Shen. We'll see what kind of picks he wants to pull out. Boomstick's been looking fantastic in that jungle, as you said, so I think that'll be a really big matchup. Him and Deity, see who can provide more pressure on the map. Crypt Lord's been expanded his pool really well, where it used to just be ban Vlad and you're good. Now he's got the Anivia, you've got the Ari we saw, so plenty of champs for him to play now. And then watch out for that Caitlyn and either the Sona or the Bard from KB. But yeah, I think this will be a banger.
Yeah, I just gotta say ban Olaf at least, so your top lane has a chance, right? Champion is just insane.
Yeah, either ban it or have a plan to beat it. But sometimes it's banning that champ is just better for the mental, as we've experienced, as you said.
100%.
But
Mid lane could be cool too. I
oh
mean,
yeah,
I
for
assume
sure.
it's just going to be like mage versus mage though, so
That's what I'd expect, but you never know if they'll pull out some spice if they're trying to get a counter pick off. I know Reaper will pull out a lot of champs if he thinks he can have a good matchup with them, so we may see some spiciness come out there. We'll have to see what they're feeling. But yeah, that'll be the first semis matchup. For the second one, we have Titan Gaming Mux against Rolling Stoners. So for Titan Gaming, we've got Fence up in that top lane, Vixper jungle, Bentage in the mid lane. Bentage, did you update your name? You can let me know if you did. I saw it look different in the score screens. Arma Fidelium in that bot, and Trinity support. On Stoners, we got Hayden top, Boosted Sandwich jungle, Bonkers in the mid lane, Rise of Dusk ADC, and Worthy Dust support. I am switching it back. Alright, sounds good. Thank you, Vantage. This one, I think the top lane will be really big. I know both of them like to play carry and try to be the big top laner to help propel their teams through team fights and get them a lead and secure the victory. So, might be a fight of the carry tops here. Bentage, as we said, has been looking great in that mid lane, so it'll be fun to see him playing against Bonkers. We know Vixper's been liking Udyr and Trundle and such junglers, so we'll see what kind of jungle he's trying to pull out and how Boosted tries to play around it. And then Arma always liking to play kind of those carry bot laners looking to scale up for the late game, and has played with Trinity a long time, so it'll be fun to see that bot lane match up against Rise of Dusk and Worthy Dust.
yeah, I'm really excited for the top side of these games. Like, just it's two strong top laners versus each other, two good junglers who typically, enjoy the more control-y junglers, and then, like I said, Bentage has been playing pretty good these past few weeks. So I'm interested in seeing how he holds up against Bonkers, honestly.
For sure, for sure. Got any closing thoughts about any of the matchups? Because that's all we got. We got a nice short and sweet episode. We're coming up on the finals, so we got less games to cover. But we still want to bring some hype as we come into these semifinal games.
Yeah, I think that all these games are going to be straight up bangers, and I feel like missing them would, not really be worth it.
For sure, for sure. Well, everybody keep an eye out tomorrow. Games should both be happening, I believe, at 9 Eastern tomorrow night. And I will be looking to cast one of them live, so be ready for some League of Legends action tomorrow. And we will catch you all later. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
I never thought hyenas essential. They're crude and unspeakably plain. Maybe they've a gleam of potential. If I lied to my vision and brain. Know that your powers of retention are as white as a warthog's backside. great idea. Who needs a king? No king, la 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 la. Idiots, there will be a king. Hey, but you said there will be king. Stick with me, and you'll never go hungry again. This ring that will soon be connected, but the king will be outside the door. Of course, quid pro quo, you expected to take certain duties on board. The future is littered with prizes, and though I'm the main addressee, the point that I must emphasize is you won't get us left without me. So prepare for the coup of the century.